Hey guys, so today we're going to be taking a last look at the old cart sheds. So of course here's the first part of the old cart sheds with the 3 porcelain vintage light fixtures. Now of course this is the last look at the old cart sheds because of course this is right before they were getting ready to demolish the old cart sheds. But here's the last look at the fixtures. As you can see, those two have working bulbs in them. I did get those. Unfortunately, I was unable to get those sockets because they were stuck on the beams. Of course, here's another cart shed with a fixture that's missing a junction box. I was able to get that fixture. There was also a vintage clamp light fixture in there as well. And of course, here's another fixture. That one, of course, that was just a newer fixture, so I kind of left that one behind because that one was nothing too special. And then, of course, here's another cart shed. This one had another porcelain light fixture as well. This one didn't work, so I didn't really get that one. That was one that I tried to fix, but that one didn't really work, so I didn't really grab that one either. Here's another one that was kind of interesting. This one I did grab. This one is a vintage Leviton fixture with a good old 75-watt incandescent bulb in it. And as you can see, the 75-watt incandescent bulb does work. Very nice vintage socket with a vintage socket adapter in there as well, which that's pretty cool. So I did grab that fixture. So there's that. Of course, there's the vintage switch that controls it. And then, of course, here's one of the vintage circuit breakers that controls the cart shed lights and outlets. Of course, there's also a switch by there that controls some of the other light fixtures to the cart sheds. And of course, there's another porcelain fixture there as well. Unfortunately, I was unable to get that one as well because that one was secured by a wood beam there. And then, of course, here's another one. This is this one I did get. I did grab that one. And then, of course, we have another vintage circuit breaker and then another socket. That was one that I did a replacement on. Of course, here's a look at the vintage circuit breaker with the main on and off switch. As you can see, it looks nice. So, of course, that's a very old breaker. So, to really say, I think all these breakers are from the 1940s because the cart sheds were, I'd say the original cart sheds were built in the 1940s because there was a little bit of cloth wire as well, which you'll kind of see you'll see a clip of that in a sec. Of course, that cart shed didn't have a light in it. Here's another cart shed that had a light in it. That one I didn't grab that one. I did grab the bulb and adapter, but I didn't grab the socket because it was unfortunately cracked and broken, although it still worked. And then, of course, there's the rest of the cart sheds, which have already been sadly demolished, as you can see. Now, of course, here's a look at the cloth wiring that's going in. So, of course, this has no grounding on it, which is very interesting. So, of course, there's a look at the old cloth wiring. So, of course, you just have the hot and neutral wires coming out of there. And then, of course, here's another look at the cloth wiring. As you can see, it is ripped a bit, but as you can see, it still worked. And then, of course, there's the switch that controlled the cart shed light fixture there. And then, of course, also there was a high-pressure sodium light that used to light up the cart sheds, and unfortunately that didn't work anymore, but there's a look at that. So anyways, thanks for watching, and have a great day.